Today we'll be exploring 3 of the most hated Roblox games. From games that literally scam people to games that have almost killed people from boredom. This is going to be a good one. Souls RNG looks like an amazing game on the surface, with 1.1 billion visits and consistently over 50k players, but you shouldn't judge a book by its cover. This game is the most repetitive brain rot game you can find, even more than Skibidi Toilet Tower Defense. Its gameplay is literally just clicking a button and seeing if you got something rare, and then repeating it over and over and over. And so why do people play it? But not only that, enjoy it. But first, let's look into Souls RNG history to truly understand. Souls RNG was made by Souls Studios, and this was Souls Studios' one and only game. They said, we only have one game, and since it did so well, we just kept updating it to satisfy the player base. It was a one-hit wonder, a brain rot clicker, which would generate over 1 million Robux per year. Yo guys, you can give me some of that if you want, just 10k would be fine. But how did they even get this much Robux when other games that are equally or more popular can't even break the 500,000 mark a year? It's because of how Roblox works. You see, while other games specialize in actually keeping the player playing, Souls RNG is the opposite. Over half the players are just AFK. But why do these AFK players give Souls RNG so much Robux? Well, I'll tell you. It's because the longer a player stays, the more Roblox gives to the game. So these tryhards that grind Souls RNG 24/7 give them thousands upon thousands of Robux. Like, why are you guys still playing? You know you have a bad game when people would rather touch grass than actually play the game. But we still don't know why these players AFK at all. This was a question I couldn't explain myself, so I jumped in and asked the dedicated player base. Lots of people had simple answers like it's fun or I want to try and get rare items. Bang, right there. The way that Souls RNG makes it is that every time you click this stupid button, it gives you an item and shows you how rare it is. And people love to get rare things. So these players keep grinding and grinding just to try to get that 0.0000069% rarity item. That's why this game is so popular, but also why it sucks. Consistently being named the worst game on Roblox really isn't a surprise. But the next game might even be worse. This type of game is everywhere, and this one specifically has over 8 million visits. 8 million people on Earth has played this. But why and how did this game get so popular? To see how, I looked into the developer, Vin3. Vin3 is a small developer but has some big hits with over 200 active players. This stud game being one of them. He clearly knows how to make a few good games, but this one is on a whole new level. Making literally walking fun is crazy. So how did he do it? To see how, I jumped in to see how players actually feel while playing the game. Firstly, you get bombarded with Robux items, daily rewards, and big bright colors. This is all to ruin the player and make them stay for longer in the game, but also return. Because games like this aren't about making the player have fun, it's about making. But the next thing he does to make the player still play this one brain cell game is timed rewards. Having a reward come after 30 minutes make the player keep playing, but also, as we discussed before, also gives the developer more. Yep, and apart from that, all you do is climb. That's literally all I did apart from that. Or at least you're actually playing the game, I guess. I hate to say, but these monstrosities of games just made to keep the player not entertained but just still playing are everywhere in different forms, and the truth is that they will probably never go away. They probably take like 30 minutes to make and they generate thousands of Roblox from the sheer amount of Roblox items and techniques to make the player stay. But at least in this game you have a choice to give the developer Robux. I can't say the same for the last and most disgusting game ever. If you have half a brain cell, you know that games like these are lies, but not only that, they're scams. But not everyone knows this, and many of these games are getting million upon millions of visits. So for the sake of this video, I decided to play this obvious scam game and see what it's like to get scammed. But first I had to find a game just like this, and I realized that the really popular ones that have over 1 million visits have one thing in common, and that is the fact that they are not technically scams. You see, they heavily suggest Robux being a reward, but they don't actually say it. But that is why these games are still around. Roblox can't ban games like this because they don't actually say they give you Robux. All they do is waste people's time who think they're getting Robux. So like any sane person, I tried one of them and saw what happens when you finally get to the end of one of these scam obbies. I found the game Finish Obby for 100,000 Robux and joined it. I was immediately bombarded by more Robux items identical to the stud game. I think they're just copying and pasting at this point. The obby I joined was like a glass bridge from Squid Game, which made sure to waste as much time as possible before giving you a reward. Honestly, I was getting a little infuriated about how hard finishing the obby is. Like, just go, stop waiting for me. But I kept going for those Robux and, well, I didn't get it. They just scam you and give you $100,000 in the game, despite what the title tells you. Games like these should just be banned. They probably make 10 million 5-year-olds cry every year. But honestly, I think games like this have to take the cake for worst game ever. Just get an extra brain cell and stop playing them. Anyway, that's the top 3 worst Roblox games. Click here in the middle to subscribe for 100,000 Robux. Click it now, do it for the Robux. It's not a scam.